Well, that was a pretty awesome way to start off the afternoon. Shortly after leaving camp, we heard from Dan that there was a large elephant bull walking straight towards the airstrip. So with the idea or the hopes that he might cross the airstrip, we got ourselves across there, and he had just shaken one of the green thorns, or a torchwood tree. That essentially loosens up some of the fruit that are at the top of the tree, and they're fruiting at this time of year. And once those then drop down to the ground, the elephants then move around and feed on those. So it's a little tasty snack to supplement their diet during the drier winter months when these torchwood trees are fruiting. But after him moseying around there, we got a good look at the size of his tusks. I didn't want to park too close because of the chances of him then walking across the airstrip. Before he did that, he went walking across to a pretty significant marula tree for us, because when our guests depart, we often park underneath that marula tree to then wave them goodbye. And he then leant back onto his back legs and stretched up, wrapped his trunk over the top there, lifted his front legs off the ground, which we don't normally see that here. That's in fact the very first time I've seen it here at Londolozi. I have seen it in other places such as Mana pools, where the elephants are slightly taller, a little bit more slender, and they're essentially reaching up to the branches of the albida trees that have got these very delicious pods. And they then essentially break off branches, eat some of the branches, and eat all of those seed pods. After a few seconds, he dropped down and essentially moved on, walked straight over the airstrip, which was a pretty awesome view. And now he's moved across here, just feeding on some of the combretum trees. So we're going to carry on, see what else we can find for the afternoon. But what a fantastic way to start off. And I guess just shows you, after 6.5 years of being out here, I'm still seeing things for the very first time, even with some of the more regularly seen species such as elephants. So let's see what happens this afternoon, and we'll check in with you just now. We've now just found ourselves in a pretty unique and exciting sighting. The top of this tree, back behind me there, is the Three Rivers young male, and on the floor over here is one of the Nsebo females and 5 cubs. I believe what happened was the leopard had a carcass, was on the ground. Lioness ran and stole the carcass, and together the mother and these 5 cubs have now finished off what's left. The leopard has retreated up to the top of the tree there to get away from this lioness, and the cubs have been patrolling around the base, calling and essentially driving home the authority of the lions over a leopard. But what's pretty entertaining and unique about the sighting is if this leopard was to come across any of these cubs without the mother being around, he would most certainly kill them. But the fact that the mother is here means that these cubs now have the confidence to prowl around and call and basically make sure that the leopard stays at the tip tops of this tree. He's feeding on something up there. We can hear him crunching to the bone. And that's got the attention of all of these lions that are staring up there longingly. All the cubs have come across to the base of the tree now, and they're all hoping to try and get up in there. And don't know what they would really do if they did try and find themselves way up at the top of the tree there, because yes, they can climb, but they're not the best climbers at this age. So just to get up there and then deal with a fierce set of teeth and claws up at the top, it's definitely not worth their while, if they were even able to get that high. But what's even more exciting than this, we've just heard leopards mating all of about 150, maybe 200 meters away from here. So Barry, Matt and Melvin They've all gone across there to try and see if they can find the leopards. It's most likely the Shimongwe female and the Maxim's male. They were seen not too far from here mating this morning. So we're going to stick it out with these guys for a little bit longer. See if anything more materializes. That leopard's not going to come down out of that tree anytime soon as long as these lions are around here. There's not much more of the carcass left. But hey, nice little exciting turn of events this afternoon. So we've just left the mother lioness and those 5 cubs and the leopard up in the tree. And we're just going to sit it out and wait now for an opportunity to get into the sighting of these mating leopards. I believe it is the Maxim's male and the Shimongwe female. So this is some fantastic news and exciting news for the future prospects of leopard viewing going forward, and the likelihood that the Shimongwe female could potentially fall pregnant after this mating bout. But if you're enjoying these virtual safaris, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give this video a like, drop a comment below, and let us know if you're wanting to see anything else. We've joined up with the guys now. It's very tricky and limited visual of them, but we can see the male busy grooming himself. So what I'm hoping is the female comes across and they then mate here. Okay, so after they've mated, they've walked down towards them Tugwan drainage, and we've now got a view of her moving around, walking continuously. It looks as though she's trying to find the male again, because I believe he came down first. So she's just on a serious search trying to find him again. And so let's just see, hopefully we manage to find them again, or hopefully they manage to find each other again. So as it stands now, we're just following the Shimongwe female. We had a very brief view of the Maxim's male up ahead of her. We're following a very prominent game path now, so it's very likely that the Maxim's male uses this as his regular patrol route, and he's now gone up ahead because she seems to be pretty steadily walking along here. So we're just keeping our distance, hoping that they do meet up. And the good news is that this is, although very thick around us right now, this is going to pop us out into a nice little open clearing pretty soon, and from there we can then hopefully find the Maxim's male.
The Shimongwe was heading your way. We just hit Maxim's just north of you.
Copy. Right, this has been pure chaos. We managed to follow the Shimongwe female. She led us to the Maxim's male. We had an epic view of the two of them walking through a clearing. She's now separated off and has stopped looking for a drink back there. We're trying to follow the Maxim's male. But my goodness, is it difficult to try and drive a vehicle, operate a spotlight, and work some cameras.
ZG on the shot?
Yeah, if I'm good.
ZG might pop it back on the road. Or if you want to try and loop around and get up ahead of him. so that we don't have too much room to wiggle down the side.
Copy. So as you can hear Barry saying, he's also struggling to see this leopard. I'm struggling to change gears, and all in all it's just been pretty darn frantic. But anyways, let's hope we get another shot of him. And he is going into a pretty thick area along the Sand River now, so quite likely to lose him. But anyways, it's still been an awesome afternoon. It's fantastic news that these two are mating. Well, that's a phenomenal way to finish off. We couldn't find the Shimongwe female or the Maxim's male any longer. I think they'd crossed on into the Sand River. Just come around the corner and found 3 lionesses and a cub on the main road on the way back to camp. So that's a pretty awesome little spectacle to finish off with.